Hello, my wonderful viewers, and welcome to another episode of Freestyle Friday with Betty Adams. Today I'm going to look at a couple of different things. Number one is I've been noticing a weird problem with my audio quality, and I'm testing it out to make sure that I know what happens. So for some reason, the audio quality gets muffled, and I think it's because when I talk, I really use my hands to describe what I'm saying. My hands are bouncing around everywhere. And it works great when I'm with other people, but on a voice recording like this, not so much. So I'm thinking what happened is my hand passes between my mouth and the microphone. There, I just passed my hand between my mouth and my microphone right now, so I'm going to see what happened. But today, I thought it'd be really fun just to do a kind of catch up on the information on my Humans Are Weird book, to look at some fun title cards from Kaiju number 8, because this artwork is just gorgeous, and some of it's just really cute. So this is just going to be kind of an all and everything Freestyle Friday. But first, let's look at these title cards. I've got them pulled up here. The first thing is they've got this cute little announcement kaiju, kind of a chibi kaiju number 8. And I think it's just cute. You got the little feet coming together, and I really don't know how they made that kaiju skull so adorable looking, but they did. The only disconcerting notice is that he's got full-grown man hands on a little chibi body, and that is a little disconcerting. The feet are kind of cute and small, though, so an interesting art choice there. Then you've got this really nice artwork of Ice Captain Hoshina in his ancestral outfit in front of what appears to be his ancestral dwelling place, with a very traditional Godzilla-type kaiju, a little broader than Godzilla, in the background. The other chapter title here that's fully colorized is the first kaiju we see after it's been neutralized. Its guts are kind of spread out for us to see right before Kafka and his cleanup crew move in. And there's just a lot of gorgeous art here. I'm not going to describe it all. Some's just people standing with swirls of smoke whirling around them. Lots of different subjects. We've got Mina, we've got Shinomaya in various poses. Of course, we've got our kaiju number 8. Now, this is an interesting one. One of them I'm looking at here is the one with kaiju number 8 sitting on top of an overturned bus, looking up at the stars with Reno down below the bus. This really reminds me of a Gary Larson cartoon, one that got him in a lot of trouble. And his cartoon was the dreams of every dog's dream. And it's like the dog has successfully killed the car's turned over, the dog's standing on top of the car's corpse howling. And if you don't know what the controversy was over that picture, good on you, but it was kind of hysterical. He said it was the only time that public backlash to one of his cartoons caught him entirely off guard. Again, this art is just beautiful. It's going to be the background for most of this video. And of course, my favorite one is the Chapter 2 cover, which is just Kaiju number 8 gearing up for a good solid punch. It really shows off the way they flex the muscles and whatnot. Some of it's just kind of silly, mundane stuff, like Kafka standing half transformed in front of the kaiju that he's cleaning up. Then, of course, you have all of your requisite main characters being awesome shots, and some pretty awesome main characters just doing their day-to-day life, but it's just in these absurd situations. Now, there's another one I really like. It's the Kaiju Showcase, Kaiju number 8 sitting there under the transparent umbrella in the rain. Did some kind of fan art based off of one of this, but it's a very artistically done piece. And this is the kind of artwork that comes out of a manga that you know is going to be good art even after the manga is long forgotten. People will just look at that and they'll be able to get the same feeling even without knowing the story. I think that it shows some real professional classical training on the artist's part, and it's just gorgeous. Of course, you've got your classic kaiju battling each other's scenes. People being awesome. Of course, you have your holiday-themed ones. The Kaiju number 8 storyline does lend itself to a Halloween-themed picture, and it's interesting. Halloween is such an American holiday. And in the artwork, you can definitely see the Japanese influences. You've got the Vice Captain Hoshina being the Chinese zombie in the background. You have the very European-style witch with the hat based off the old European religion-style clothing. Then, of course, you've just got bats and, of course, the main character. Then you've got those very interesting covers that started a lot of theories going. The cover with Reno and his rival with those weird spirit-like lights glowing in front of them. The Happy New Year cover. The Christmas cover, of course, and again you get that strange mixture of European and Japanese culture. And then we come to the main feature, today's Kaiju Showcase. Now this is another one that's just going to be an awesome piece of art. And no matter if the manga is forgotten or not, it just shows a two knights going up to battle a dragon. And again, you have the mixture of Japanese and European context. The dragon, the wyvern, is definitely a European-style dragon, even though it's a kaiju. And Hoshina and Mina both definitely give off very Asian vibes as they're going to face it. This sets up their characters and their dynamic very well. Mina's in front with her ranged weapon, ready to take some pot shots at the dragon. Then Hoshina's coming up behind her with his blades, presumably ready to finish the dragon off once it hits the ground. But again, the lighting on this is gorgeous. It's a very classical Japanese watercolor look to it. And you've got, of course, the mountain in the background, the hills and the trees in the midground. In the foreground, you have... The foreground is really interestingly divided. Hoshina is definitely in the foreground. Mina is almost certainly in the foreground, but you might argue that she's in the midground, whereas the dragon seems to be in the foreground, midground, and background, with his head in the foreground with the two main characters, his wings in the midground, and his tail trailing off to the mountains. It really gives you a sense of his size and the looming threat. But again, there's nothing super dramatic and combative about this image. It's more like this is their job and they're going out to do it. It's very interesting. Okay, so that's kind of my analysis of what I think was all of the Kaiju showcases up to now, including today's. Now, if you're interested, you can click off now if all you come here for is the manga. But if you want to stick around, I'm going to discuss how Humans Are Weird, I Have the Data is doing. So, as you know, I sent out all my books to the crowdfunders, and I'm still selling my author-signed copies for the Indiegogo price. I got them all out to my crowdfunders. I've actually sold a few online. People email me and ask. And so I also, one thing I've offered is I do a little sketch. It's a sad little sketch. I'm not much of an artist, but people do appreciate my cute, funny sketches as long as I understand my limitations and stay within them. And they seem to think they're cute and amusing. So I sent off a little sketch of a family of animals, because I got someone who ordered one who had an animal name for their surname. And so they asked me to sign it to their family. And, it's animal surname family. So I drew a little family of that animal for them. Sometimes I draw I sketch some of my creatures. Again, these aren't art style sketches, but you can tell what they are, and they're kind of cute looking. And so that's been making a pretty good side income there. But the main thing is that I've got it published on Amazon. On a Kindle and paperback version. Now, I just got my author copies of the paperback versions, and I found some interesting errors. Now, most of the errors are just common printing errors, and if you get the Amazon version and you find these particular printing errors, let me know. I'd like to know what the numbers are. This is just faded ink. You're reading through the pages, and on one page, the ink just fades to light gray for a bit before going back to black. That's entirely on the printers. There's nothing you can do about it. There's going to be a certain percentage of your books that have that problem or similar problems. But there were actually some actual errors that are probably my fault. There's a random 243 right in one of the books. That's not a problem. And as I was reading through, I noticed some words that I think should have been different. but I can go back and edit those, which if you've bought the original Kindle version, then that means you'll have a collectible item there. So keep a hold on those if you've got them now, but I should be getting those little errors fixed. So what am I seeing? So first off, the book has been up on Kindle since the 1st of January, or possibly December. All right, so looking from January 1st, no sales. All right, let's look at this. You can go to Amazon, and they'll give you reports on everything. You can download them as a spreadsheet or what. So I go there. I go to the last 30 days. Okay, it started making sales on January 5th. I had an instant spike, 2 days, where I sold exactly 11 Kindle books each. Then it kind of peters down till the end of the week then on the next Monday when I published my Humans Are Weird story on my blog and on my sites, there was an immediate spike. And again, you had some good sales that first Monday, then it goes down. That seems to be the consistent pattern in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks that the book has been up. I get a lot of sales on Monday, then it slowly goes down over the week, then bumps back up on Monday. And that's just advertising. When I publish my story online, that's advertising for my book. So again, if you want to self-publish, if you want to do this on your own, you really have to work out an advertising strategy. I publish the unedited works for free online with links to my books, and that seems to work as a really good advertising strategy for me. I'm consistently selling a lot more Kindles than paperbacks, which makes sense, except for, let's see, that was January 8th, I sold 6 times as many paperbacks as I did Kindles. And on February 10th, I sold nearly twice as many paperbacks as Kindles. So the paperbacks are moving fairly well. No one's complained about them yet. And it looks like a Kindle edition normalized page read. That's when you get like the special, you buy Amazon Premium, Kindle Premium or whatever, and you can read book pages for free online. It looks like twice people have accessed that. So again, there's a lot of good data. And if you're interested in self-publishing, you can go to reports, and you can print out your reports to date. Down below, where it shows under royalties earned, you go to generate reports, and it downloads a Microsoft Excel sheet for you. And you can do lots of fun things and it breaks it up. You've got tabs for ebook royalties, paperback royalties, orders, Kemp read, K-E-N-P. So someone's read 78 pages on their Amazon Premium subscription. And you can organize these by however you want using the sort features. And so I'm going to do that now. I'm going to go to the different countries. Oh yeah, this is a problem some people have been having. They follow my link and it says the Kindle isn't available in your area. The Kindle almost certainly is available in your area, but if you follow the link in my blog post on Reddit, that will take you to the main Amazon.com website. And if you live out of the United States, you have to go to your own country's Amazon website. So you have Amazon.ca, which is Amazon Canada. And there's been a few orders from there. Lots of orders from the UK. Most of my orders come from the United States, obviously. A couple from Australia. A couple from Mexico. DE. I'm not sure if that's Denmark. I think actually DE might be Germany. I don't know. And one from IT, which I assume is Italy. But yeah, so they've got a lot of features here. Then you can go, let's see, how are my paperbacks selling overseas? It's a lot of fun just to poke around in these numbers, and Amazon just generates them for you automatically. Again, most of the paperback sales have been in the US, a lot in DE, and a lot in the UK, of course, and several in Canada. So that's kind of my update on how the book's been doing. It's doing pretty well. It's moving pretty well. I've still got plenty of author-signed first editions. I'm planning to go to a festival and do a festival signing. But the festival's supposed to be in May. but the town it's the McMinnville Alien Days Festival. They canceled last year's and they've bumped this year's to September when it will be warmer and people won't have to be inside. So, that's my Freestyle Friday for today. A look at the kaiju art, which was awesome, and a look at how the Kindle sales have been doing, and some advice if you're interested. All right, you guys, peace out. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you later. As a final side note, it turns out that passing my hand between my mouth and the camera is not what was causing the strange muffled effect. So I now do not know what was causing the strange muffled effect. Well, I will continue to research that. You guys, peace out and have a wonderful day.